programs here at the Stella Adler studio. Just want a show of hands. How many people are here to see a show for the very first time? Yay! Congratulations! You did it! I'm pretty sure you've seen the show. Just guessing. But I appreciate your participation. Tonight is a celebration of all the hard work of our students at Outside In. A celebration of challenges, of struggles, of sacrifice, of anxiety, of fear, of insecurities, and you're about to watch some of the bravest humans you'll ever get a chance to see. Outside In was born out of this need. It's been around for 8 years, but we were out in the field doing programs, and we just saw a need because of the transitory population we were working with. People would come and go, and we just wanted to do more. Tom Oppenheim, our artistic director, would say, "Suzy, what else can we do?" And we came up with this idea of this artistic home. Whether we were on Rikers Island or in a drug treatment facility, we were still working with students of the Stella Adler studio. It just so happened class wasn't in the Sanchez, class was in a dining room, in a day room in jail. And then people come and go, but through the struggles of life and the life's challenges, but we wanted them to know that when you were ready, if you wanted to keep doing this work, if you needed a community, if you needed a hobby, if you needed something to do on a Sunday afternoon, if you were looking for maybe some friends, we were here. And we started 8 years ago, and we've been here ever since. We have class every Sunday. And when we first built it, it was this idea of like, if you build it, they will come. And we built it, and nobody came. We were on 27th Street, and I would go in class, and I'd book the space, and I'd be there, and nobody would come, and I'd sit, and I'd wait, and then we would do it again. But now, 8 years later, our classes exceed 30 plus students every week. Our students come from all over. Our students have been formerly incarcerated. Our students are currently residing in long-term treatment facilities, recovering from substance use disorder. Our students have completed and are in recovery and in the world, just doing their best to live life on life's terms and be productive members of society. Individuals living and managing mental health challenges. I work with veterans. I work with Adler students, Adler alumni, other professional actors, but what brings us all together and what ties us all together is this idea that we're just human and life is hard. And we're just struggling and we're just trying our best to do the best we can, if that makes any sense. So what you're about to see today is a show that we've been working on for the last 3 months. It's all original. Everything in the cast, all the scenes in the cast were written by the students in the class. They're also written by our students currently on Rikers Island. We produce their work. And you're going to laugh, maybe you'll cry a little bit, and I think it's going to be a fun journey. So the show is about 60 minutes long and no intermission, and then when the show is over, I invite you to stay seated because you get an opportunity to speak with the cast. Cool? Yeah?
We strive to be nice, despite that life can be colder than ice.
If only we could make it through the rain, that maybe I'm subject to change.
We must stay strong.
And fight.
That's why I am going to change. And so we go on.
And we go on, and so we go on.
And
we go on.
Welcome
to the Perspective Project.
Each day is the same. The technical term for what I do is paper pushing. I write post-it notes, I make copies, I file folders, I make paper airplanes sometimes. But most of the time, I'm staring at the clock and counting the minutes until 5 p.m. Day in, day out.
Each day is the same. The technical term for who I am is housewife. I do laundry, I clean house, I wash dishes, I pick up toys, I chase my kid around all day and just count the hours until I can put her to bed. Day in, day out.
Each day is the same. The technical term for who I am is prisoner. I read books, I write letters, I sleep, I work out. I stare at the wall and count the years until I can be free again.
People always say, how do you do it all?
Work's such a boring job.
Manage surviving in such a small space.
I say it takes a certain resolve.
It takes an understanding of why you're doing it.
A strong mental spirit.
I don't always enjoy what I do, but it has to be done.
I have a job. At least I have one.
I'm doing what I have to do in order to survive.
I want to keep going.
I have to keep going.
I need to keep going.
Besides, what
What
other
other
choices
choices
do
do I
I
have?
have?
If I can change my thoughts,
Then
I can change my world.
He did what any other young man would do. He kept the money. Well, it's how they raised somebody looks after this young man. So maybe, just maybe, somebody's looking out for you today. Integrity, a young man has no time for integrity. Besides, it was just a little bit of money. No fact.
That reminds me of another story. And it has relevance to just about every story ever told. And it also has to do with integrity. So, two guys, co-workers at a company, assigned a big project, right? Somehow they fuck up. Typical, sometimes. Anyway, one of them gets canned. And at the post-production meeting after the fact, the other guy, who shares part responsibility, wants to vocalize it, wants to speak up, because he feels bad, he's not sharing the blame. But he has a second thought. Why would I have to speak up and lose my job too? There's no point in ruining two people's lives. So we stayed quiet. Integrity.
Job security. Job security. I got another story. One that's not so fancy or glamorous as the last two. This one's about a guy who, despite all the support and all the signs that he should stop, just couldn't put together a year. A month here and there. Never make a year sobriety. So I want to go back to that young man and tell him, go back. Give it back. I want so badly to tell that young man to stand up, take that stand once and for all. Because you'll know. You'll have to live with that for the rest of your life. The choices matter. And for that old man, the young man, grown man, old, I would tell me to stop, take a look around, have integrity. It's never too late.
Hey, I just got off the phone with my baby mother, yo. I love that woman, bro. I love her. My daughter's starting to look like her. That's a good thing, though. I'm glad she don't look like me. My baby mother said my daughter talks too much, just like her mother. My daughter's name is Ross Rivera. I didn't pick that name. I just wanted to name her Mackenzie. My baby mother said that's a dumbass name. She named her Ross. Hey, yo, I'm about to be a father again, man. My baby mom is just a few months pregnant. We don't even know the baby's gender yet. I think it's gonna be a girl. I'm surrounded by girls in the town, man. My baby mom, my daughter, and I got another daughter too. Hey, yo, it's just hella girls. They all tell me what to do. I'm excited to see them again, but ain't no way my daughter's coming up in here. I don't want to see no baby of mine in this visit room. Hell no, I'll tell her about it when she's older. I can't come back here, man. I cannot. It's not an option. My daughters are going to be grown soon, and they can't have a father in here and be old enough to know what that means. You feel me?
Feel you.
In a world of colors and shapes, our characters find themselves drawn to the canvas of life.
Alex, your art is so mesmerizing. What inspired this piece?
Each stroke captures a new perspective. A broader way of seeing the world.
So, tell me, how do you see the role of perspective in our understanding of reality?
Perception is like a lens that colors all of our perception. It is how we view the world.
Through scientific exploration, we can unravel the mysteries of perspective and how our brains process visual information.
No. Reality is subjective. It is shaped by our individual perspective, and understanding this complexity is the key to wisdom.
Our unique perspectives enrich the tapestries of life. How can we embrace diversity of thought to create a more harmonious world?
In a kaleidoscope of perspectives, our characters discover that true understanding arises when you open your mind and see the world through different eyes. I'm lost. This darkness is consuming me. Is there a way out?
Come. The journey is long, but you must take the first step forward.
What if I can't make it across?
Just trust yourself. You're stronger than you know.
The world looks much different from here. Maybe, just maybe, if I make the right choices, I can determine my future.
You got this. You can do this.
You got this, brother.
I may have stumbled, but I'm about to hit my stride. Doesn't matter what I did, it's what I'm doing that makes me who I am. I can turn my life around. I choose recovery. I choose hope.
Who wants to lose everything then start over at my age. I don't.
So do you want to go back to the way things were?
No. I just don't want to start from nothing, though. You know, I just feel like I need to rebuild everything from the ground up.
That's actually the best way to rebuild something if you think about it. Gut it out, build a stronger foundation, and the results are usually better than when you started it.
What do I do? Like, where do I even start?
You can start here, the sky's the limit. My job is to help you. This is a team effort.
But what if it's hard?
It's not easy. It's definitely work. But it's worth it. And you deserve it. You deserve to be healthy, happy, and free. You didn't pass up that opportunity because it's too hard, or you didn't take advantage of this opportunity. I think you know the answer to that, or you wouldn't even be here right now. Maybe that was your sign.
Wow. You know, I've just never really thought about it that way.
Maybe you just needed some insight.
I wake up in the morning every day, staring at the mirror, looking at a stranger. The feeling that comes with recovery is a foreign concept to me, but yet exactly what I was missing. You never really prepared for the life or the journey life takes you. For me, it was the smiles, the achievements, success, even love. But with that also came heartbreak, trauma, loneliness, abandonment. For me, that little magic bottle was that cure for me. Gave me that sense of security. Every sip that I took, I felt secure, not realizing that I was losing who I was. Going down a path, not even able to recognize myself. You know, now I look in the mirror at this stranger that we've lived two different lives, but we're still connected. Can I trust that person I'm looking at? Does that person see the potential that I see in myself? One thing I know for sure is that I'd rather die free than die slave.
Hello, and welcome to above, the hereafter, heaven, paradise, nirvana, Valhalla, moksha, etc., and so forth. We hope your journey was peaceful, and your transformation not too jarring. We will begin the process of admissions here shortly when today's cohorts all arrive. You know the Heavenly Two, I presume.
Well, of course, I was raised right. I learned it in church as a girl.
Wonderful. Please be prepared to sing when we begin to be granted entrance. And in the meantime, you can wait over here.
Excuse me,
My friend, that is the Heavenly Two. It is not a good sign if you don't recognize it.
No, that's not the heavenly two. I learned the heavenly two straight from the source when I took a spiritual journey on top of it. And it goes like this: I'm home, I'm going home to feel the peace that I promised all you know.
My friend, it sounds like you had an encounter with a demon and you have been deceived.
Yeah, whatever.
I would be really careful about singing that devil song down here. You may get struck down.
You're not dramatic at all, are you?
Hello, and welcome to above, the hereafter, heaven, paradise, nirvana, Valhalla, moksha, etc., and so forth. We hope your journey was peaceful and your transformation not too jarring. Well, would you look at that? You two are the last we were expecting. Ha! Slow day today. Well, please be prepared to sing when we begin the admissions process here shortly.
Excuse me. There must be some mistake. This lady just T-boned my car. You gotta get her out of here.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's not up to you. As you are not all-knowing, you wouldn't make a suitable judge.
I am so sorry, sir. I don't know what happened. I kept pressing on the brakes and pressing on the brakes, and they didn't work. Why would that happen? I don't know why that would happen. I have an ex that gets pretty mad sometimes, but he wouldn't do something like that. Would he? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I did that to you. Please.
Look, I didn't know all that was going on, all right? Take a second, look around. It's the King called paradise for no reason, huh?
Things aren't always as they seem here. There's always layers.
Oh, I don't know the tune. I don't think I'm going to be let in. Oh, why is this happening to me?
Look, why don't you just take a breath? I'll sing for you, huh? Maybe I'll make you feel better. I'm home, I'm going home to feel the peace I've been promised all along.
Oh my God, this is worse than I thought. I don't know that tune. I thought it went a different way. Oh, what do I do? Why is this happening to me?
Hey, maybe you just heard it wrong, huh? You're under a lot of stress.
I'm so sorry, but you're actually both wrong. You know, I knew there was a shortage of God-fearing church folk in the world, but I did not know it had gotten this bad. But I'll tell you what, I am a good Christian and a nice person. So I'm going to sing it for you one time so you can learn, but I will be honest, it's a little late now. All right, ready? I'm home, I'm going home to feel the peace I've been promised all along.
You're kidding me, right? Don't listen to this judgmental bitch. I learned that heavenly once, and it goes like this. I'm home, I'm going home to feel the peace that I've been promised all along. Oh yeah, you're a little bitch.
I am a classically trained singer, you heathen.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, well, you're both judgmental assholes, and it's perfect because now I love to spend eternity with you.
Oh, that means I won't be able to get inside either. I'm doomed.
Oh, grow a spine, you little baby. Take up for yourself.
Hey, give her a break. She's been through a lot, huh?
Kidding me, right? You're out here because of it. Come on.
Go to hell, you jackass.
All right, everyone. I think we have warmed up our vocal cords enough. Time to begin.
No, we're not ready right now.
Oh,
You're more ready than you know.
no, I'm not ready.
Do you need help?
Help! Clearly, I'm praying.
Oh boy, Frey? You didn't say it. You're doing it all wrong.
Wrong? It's always been this way. This is the proper way of praying for the correct path to the afterlife.
You got some great sense of humor, pal. First of all, you don't even have a twig in your ear. How do you expect to broadcast your prayer without a twig in your ear?
Put a twig in my ear to communicate with bleep blop? Are you a child?
What? Who in the world is that?
Not in the world, you fool. Is the world! Space-time, the afterlife, everything.
You're worth something like that. I bet you still have your nipples.
Of course I do. You some kind of sicko?
Figures as much. Every righteous person is supposed to have their nipples sliced off at birth. It is commanded and decreed by the great and mighty Lavender Flatworm.
Flatworm? Bleep blop is the all-powerful liquid orb. Don't you carry a stone in your pocket symbolizing the stone used to bash his wife to death so we can all safely enter the space bus to the afterlife?
Wow, praise God. You are so spiritually lost. I'll save you. Pray with me. I always carry an extra twig just in case, because the great and mighty Lavender Flatworm commands us all to do so. Take the twig. Take it.
Similarities better than your differences. But, he probably sacrifices children on a Tuesday!
Ha! Infant annihilation is on Mondays.
Ah! See? It's supposed to be on Saturdays! So you both believe sacrificing children is the right thing to do, right? And you both believe having a deity and prayer is important.
Of course.
And religious structure is necessary. Most definitely. I guess we can agree on that.
Yeah. Besides, the details aren't as important as the big picture.
Say there, what's your religion? Oh, I'm an atheist.
An atheist?
You're Jewish!
Good evening. I'm your host, Adler, and this is Hearing Voices, your alternative news source that takes a wink at what it means when your perspectives on life get blindsided by the world. We have with us a panel of luminaries to discuss this topic. We have Flo Medici of the Paris-Sorbonne Université Fine Arts Wing. Let's give it up. Shamaman of the Global Economic Forum. Let's show some love. Barbarian craft. That leads us to today's trending topic. Skissy goes Rizzy.
You're remarkably honest.
That question, if constitutional scholars is anonymous, why say Canadians? He's not relevant!
Remarkably dishonest Oxfordshire. Interesting way to look at things, not going over our heads.
Beneath our dignity, if you lie to people, people will lie to you. It's basic economics.
Are you referring to technology, garbage in, garbage out?
I actually have an art theory of reincarnation that outperforms artificial intelligence.
How can you make money?
You can make your lives on it.
Constitution! In the pursuit of happiness means the desire to get rich!
It doesn't
Let's get real!
It doesn't say that in Wikipedia. Although Wikipedia doesn't really speak all.
If you're endlessly happy, you're mad cool, you're fool's gold, you're crazy good.
Do you remember the acronym MAD? Mutually Assured Destruction?
Where the hell are you going with this?
Precisely.
Are you saying that we're nuking ourselves for the sake of madness?
According to the atomic clock, we are reaching critical mass of madness.
How does your reincarnation theory make it tick?
Well, if you're a Muslim who hates Jews, you'll come back as a Jew who hates Muslims.
So, you mean the Germans?
No, they freed themselves from that particular vicious cycle.
It's adding up. It's adding up.
And if you're a man who hates women, you'll come back as a woman who hates men. And if you're a racist towards one race, you'll come back as a racist who hates another race.
So you keep coming back as in this boomerang trajectory until you get it. You get it?
You answered your own question.
Till the hate stops, the destruction perpetuates. Form follows function.
But all the truth, there's no place to come back to if there's nowhere to go.
Spare me the preaching! Please! I mean,
You can't.
this is all propaganda!
Seriously, you can't be serious. Do you hear that?
Alright, gents and damsels, enough. Back to your rooms.
What is the meaning of this?
Come on, break's over. Open mic night at the psychiatric ward is over. Man, I love Tupac's poetry. We have a lot in common. We both come from the same place. His dad was a outspoken activist. I think so was his mother. He did a lot of time too. My pops was a motivational speaker. He did a lot of time too. Life in the feds were murder. My mom would show me all his writings, but to see him like that. Really, I didn't want to see him like that either. I don't know. I was never too upset about it. I come from Marcy Projects. All my friends' dads was all locked up. Being raised by our moms, that's all we knew. I fell for my moms though. I mean, she comes and visits, but I don't want her to see me like this. I actually don't even want her to have to go through this again. You know, first my pops, then my brother. My brother just came home from doing 10 on top. Now I'm in the same predicament. I really don't know how to feel about all of this. I don't know if I could even make it through, but the thing is, it's not only double digits. I'm doing a letter L. Life. How can I make this through? How can I make it through? How can I? You know what? It's so good. Out of that, I always do. I got this.
So, where do you want me to stand? Right here? Is that good?
You want me to look right at the camera? Isn't that weird? Got it. Just be me. Just be me, whatever that means.
Just start now? Oh,
Well, this is different. I'm sorry, this feels fucking weird.
my name is Caroline. I guess I'm here to talk about me.
Tell my story. There's nothing natural about this. What do you want to know? It's been 3 years, 7 months, 21 days, and 9 minutes. But who's counting?
That was the last time I felt normal. Whole.
I was always pretty happy. Pretty go-lucky, if you will. I should have known it was too good to be true.
I always have shit luck.
Should have seen it coming. I wish I could say I was surprised. But I can't. I'm not surprised.
I'm not gonna tell you I saw this coming.
I always knew I was going to have it tougher than the rest. Been that way my whole life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't deserve that.
I don't know much. But I know I didn't deserve that. Nobody does.
I'm sorry, what exactly do you want me to talk about here?
My feelings? Right.
I feel betrayed.
Cheated. Fucked up.
This
This is so stupid.
What's the point of all this?
Who do you think is going to care? Society? God?
Ha! Anyone?
Look, this is pointless. No one is going to believe me.
They'll say you played a part in that.
They'll say that you did something for that to happen.
They'll say you wanted it.
Can you believe people actually say shit like that? I didn't want that. I didn't ask for that.
But I did play a part. I let it happen.
I didn't stop it in time. I should have fought harder.
But it's too late now.
Is that enough? Are we done? So now what?
My future plans?
Are you serious?
My plans are to keep breathing minute by minute.
To keep hiding until everyone forgets I exist. My plans are to pretend that I'm not dying over here.
You shouldn't have done that.
I was a good girl, a good person. I could have been anything I wanted, but in that one moment,
I should have trusted all those other moments before.
I could have changed the direction of my whole life.
It's too late now.
It's not what you know, it's what you prove. That's what he said.
I can't prove anything. It's only my word.
You think that's gonna fly? Not likely. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Imagine that. I didn't see that coming.
Didn't even make sense. I mean, 1 minute it was right here, the next minute was gone. Yeah, one thing, that thing that's been holding me back my whole life just vanished without a trace.
What do you mean it vanished?
You know, what? It's like it never existed. And every time I try to recollect, things started getting all foggy. Because when I try to retrace it all and find out where it came from, it's like shit, I get lost, confused, or what it was I was even looking for in the first place. It feels like the forgotten memory of a dream I never had. A familiar face of a stranger I never met. The distant echo of a voice I never heard.
Well then, how do you know it was ever even real to begin with?
Because I felt it. I fucking felt it, man. I felt it as if it were the sun beating down against my pale face. I felt it as if it was teardrops and kiss rain beating down upon my skin. I felt it with every fiber of my being, as if it was as real as the you that I'm seeing and talking to right now. But was it ever there? Was it ever a part of me? I mean, it had to be real, right? So where did it go and why can't I remember?
Just because you can't prove that something is real does not mean that it did not exist. If something's real to you, then it's real. Nobody, not one, can tell you any different. You see, it's not what we see that makes it real, it's what we feel and believe that gives birth to what we see and even what we experience. This is what's called perception. Perception is a truth. Perception is a reality. And I believe that at some point, perhaps unknowingly, you allowed something to influence and distort your truth, which then altered your reality, all because you chose to believe in something that wasn't even real to begin with.
So what you say it wasn't even real? You can't do it when you listen.
No, absolutely not.
Come on, what the fuck?
No, what I'm saying is, at some point, it was very much real for you. From what it sounds like to me now, it's gone.
How do I know if it's truly gone and not just like it in the shadows waiting to finish me off?
The fear of the unknown. The fear of the not knowing. You don't know. But don't give it roots to grow by trying to know what's not to be known of the unknown and making it known. Dream your dreams.
Create your reality.
Dream master.
I'm here. I'm in.
Dude, I know, I'm so late. You must hate me. But believe it or not, this is actually not my fault.
Really?
Oh yeah, I know in like some instances, okay, most instances, when I'm late, it's my fault, but this is actually not one of those times.
Really?
Yeah, okay, I knew this might happen. Okay. So I actually screenshotted my journey on the MTA My Transit app. And let me tell you, this thing is a game changer. Thousands of people use it to plan their trips, be on time. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And you know what they say? Whatever gets you there. On time. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, who's they, right? Well, I actually don't know who they. You're a real buzzkill, you know that? Yeah, you always do this. You're always thinking, did anyone ever tell you that you could ruin like a beautiful Christmas morning, that snow, that fluffy snow the night before? Why would you want to ruin something so potentially perfect? Why are you always so negative? I mean, every time we get together, it's this and that, and oh my God, I just did it again. Christmas morning? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I just did it again. I am so bad. Oh, man, you were just like showing concern for my well-being and my ability to use this fantastically helpful My Transit app. You showed interest. Like, I'm just so sensitive towards doing new things, and you just like showed interest. Like, you are such a good friend, dude. Thank you. And I am late again, so I have to leave. And it's like, I like when they're cool.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
How's it going? I haven't seen you the last 2 weeks.
I think caught up with some stuff, man. I got caught up on the phone.
Don't worry about it. Make you bring him like 50 times.
Hey, fellas. How's it going?
I'm tired of that joke yet? We got it, dude.
Yeah, seriously, though. Time to get some new material.
Somebody,
You're not the only one that likes it.
well, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the trunk today.
Okay, everybody now. Okay, that's enough. Please take your seats. We're about to get started. Starting here, starting now. Honey, everything's coming up roses. Hi everyone, my name is Ray and I'm an excessive speaker and I love musicals. Welcome everyone. Oh wow, this is really great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for all your kind words, for your constant show of support, all your likes on my Facebook page, following me on Instagram, and how you always give me a standing ovation. What? Oh no. Did I do it again?
Yeah, you kind of went off like 100 years ago.
I'm sorry, everybody, but feelings happen. I too am a work in progress, but I'm not throwing away mine. Shut up. Okay, who wants to get started?
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is my first time here.
What's up, Jack?
Yeah. Hello. I'm supposed to say I'm an instigator, right? That's what she told me to do. She better not have been lying.
You're fine. Getting used to group might be a little challenge at first, but always look on the right side of baby steps.
Oh, so don't be so hard on yourself. Recovery takes time. You're worth it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, don't forget it.
Yeah, everybody likes sarcasm. As if you couldn't tell already.
The program works if you work it.
My favorite is don't speak before the rear vote happens.
It looks like we have a newcomer with us tonight. What's your name, sweetie?
Hi, I'm Tang.
Is that short for something?
No, just Tang.
Mom gave you that name?
Let me get this straight. Wait, you're telling me when you were born that your mother took one look at you and said, I got it? Tank? That's the craziest, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Sarcasm from all of this.
Gary, easy. Remember all the tools.
I know, Ray, I know. But come on. Tank? Really?
Excuse me.
Yes.
What's so funny?
You know. You are. I mean, look at you. You're small. You're soft. You're downright humble.
Let me tell you something. I go where I want, when I want. Who's gonna stop me? You? You? Really? I'm surprised you're even awake right now.
Hey! Slow down. Hard. Besides, I can stay awake if I wanted to. I just don't have no saying certain things.
Anyways, I'm Tank. I'm an aggressive,
How about feelings to be or not to be here? Now that little Miss Tangle here used to be all aggressive with her communications. Now what? You're supposed to be understanding.
And no, yeah, patience.
And kind of cut the crap. You know, for somebody who likes to sleep all the time, you really have an ugly disposition on that.
Yeah, I second that.
Usually, I'm slithering to the crowd to see what is amongst us. But I will say one thing. I'm learning everyone has feelings and challenges communicating. So, to be or not to be, yes, I have feelings. For the very first time in my life, I'm happy to just be.
Oh my God, you're such a friggin' show-off.
And with that, our meeting is about to come to the close. With your little hand and whisper, so long, dear. Okay, everybody hold hands. Everyone repeat after me. Just keep talking. It works.
What's up, man? So,
Hey! What are you doing here?
oh, fuck.
You're not supposed to be here for another week, bruv. What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to be here today, bro.
Oh, I'm just kidding with you. You look all night doing it for you, brother. Alright, let's show what we got. Right? It goes like this. Wait a minute. It's like a machine.
I hope you like this.
You hate it, right? No, I'm kidding with you, brother. What we got here?
Hey, hold next week.
Hey, darling. Alright. Just give him a little one. Give him a minute. Gotta turn him on. Gotta turn him on. Yes! This is brilliant! This is his process! Why are you saying yes? I don't want to. Go ahead. Go on. It's on this. Now, here it is. Put it on. There you go. There you go. Do, 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 do.
No hope, dope kind of mind. Gang type, whiskey hit the kitty just like Ricky hit the crack. Like pitching more yes. Addiction got me mad. I abuse. Said like just a description of a vision that was future. I was living in the backyard, but I was living future. I guess what I live in living. My demon happy too. Just sitting in the darkness with a smile in the kiss. Wanna know what goes, you know how to be good. This my alcohol too. No more to consume. That'll be the only reason that I leave this fucking room. Back to my cocoons, dark side of the moon, look at this, it's coming soon. If I don't turn up my tune, why do I assume that this some sort of pay me due? God makes no mistakes, so what's my place upon this earth? My perspective of this life, the many stolen swerve. Man, it's hard to put in words. My spiritual conviction, never planned on to the soul. I never played the diction, I got zero in the vision, with this liquor to my cup. Once I hit my bottom, only way to go is up. Many different desperation for the sweet, see the truth. Mentality, reality, cannot pay the books. Now it's time to choose who wanna be selected or set aside what they got no opinion to perspective. Pain.
memories that last a lifetime. But lately it's not as easy to recollect those precious moments in my mind. It's been 17 years, 11 months, and 22 days since I've been able to find a true sense of what I've been through or how I can respond in kind. As I step out of my cell, I hear the voices of those men calling me. For over the years, they've become my extended family. Picture in my mind an imagery of my then babies who had to come to find a way to live without me. Because it's been a long time since I've been free. But I walk this tier for the very last time. Because after 17 years, 11 months, and 22 days, I am no longer state property. I am being freed from captivity. I am no longer state property.
Hello, class. This is the third and thankfully last day of presentations. I can safely tell NASA that there aren't any new mad scientists for them to worry about this year. Okay. Well, from what I've seen, I'm sure that Max, Joey, and Paisley's presentation on perspective will change my mind. There you go.
Hello, class, and welcome to another day of presentations at Excellence Academy First Elementary School. Our lovely Mr. Principal Scott presiding. So my presentation today is on the human eye. You have 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Each of them composed of 130 million photoreceptor cells. And in each of those cells, 100 trillion atoms!
Wow.
Amazing! 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 100 trillion. That is 1 with 14 zeros trailing it. That is more than all the stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Joey?
However, each atom, in each cell, in each eye, formed in the core of a star billions of years ago.
What?
And yet, here they are today, being utilized to capture the energy released from that same process. All to expand the consciousness that is you. Hello, class. I'm Joey. And I'll be presenting the universe as my perspective presentation. The universe has an interesting sense of irony. And that you are the universe, experiencing itself. All you are is a thought. More on that later. Paisley!
Hi, I'm Class Paisley. I'm Paisley. My presentation is on this guy.
That's
We can fit 1,000 Earths in the planet Jupiter. And we can fit 1,300 Jupiters in the sun. That means we can fit 1.3 million Earths in the sun. Wow. So think about that in relation to us. Pretty small.
So, your planet is in the solar system. Your solar system in the galaxy. And your galaxy, the universe!
So where are we going with this?
If you're so small, so insignificant, nothing you do is going to matter.
That's not scary.
Let that sink in. Isn't that free?
Isn't it?
Freeing to know that you can do anything. Anything! The universe is so much bigger than you can imagine. Make an impact. Let someone in Jupiter know you're alive and kick it. Shout it from the treetops so Beetlejuice can hear you!
I'm not small! I'll never be a speck!
Insignificant? No! I'm free! Free to do anything!
So knowing all this,
What are you
going to do?
It seems to me that everyone is looking for something.
That change is in the air.
Well, lately nobody seems to care.
Everybody in this room is human.
Trying their best.
Most people in the world are hurting.
Most people are struggling.
Often I feel like I'm constantly paying for my mistakes.
Like I'm not working hard enough. That's why you stay focused.
That's why I work my ass off.
Because
I never want to give up.
It just makes life a little harder. You see, there has to be a way.
An answer.
A new perspective.
There has to be a conversation.
Some understanding.
There has to be a method to all this madness.
No one said it's going to be easy.
there are no shortcuts.
They'll always say, keep it simple.
One day at a time.
I've heard that a million times.
Why can't we just all stand together?
Embrace change.
Listen to one another.
Should we be able to just be who we are?
Say what we need to say. We should do more to let kindness in.
Just try to do more good than bad.
I think life is too short to keep wasting time.
I think we can make a difference.
I think we are worth it.
Absolutely.
It's possible to lose yourself and be found again.
It's possible to leave the past behind and move forward.
It's possible to be happy and have a good life.
That's the only way we can save ourselves.
And the world.
At least,
That's how it seems to me.
I spy with my little eye a multitude of faces, coming from different places, where there is no basis to live any other way except with fear and suspicion. Because it's my intuition that tells me that there is another position. Look at me. Look at me. Look at we. There is a sea of experiences flowing by, a sky of emotion sailing high, wondering why. It's all gotta be so hard sometimes. Yeah, I spy with my little eye a crazy world, one that gives into all of its compulsions, revulsions, falling into convulsions over the ugliness of it all, overrun with obstructions, because most of the time I truly feel small, lost in a space where I am constantly faced with confusions, illusions, delusions of a person that I am not. A mindset that is fraught with limitless negativity, where my only connectivity is between pain and suffering. And I've lost the ability to have any objectivity. So now what do I do? pair of shoes that were never meant for me. Because historically, my MO is to flee. For many thought that could potentially lead me to be free. What do you see? Is it me? A mom? A girl? A wife? A woman struggling with life? Or a human being? Speaking, screaming, looking for a different way to be, to think, where my first move isn't always to shrink away from any sense of hope at all. Because there is an awesome cost to living your life like that. There has to be an evolution to see the solution from the viewpoint of another, a sister, a brother, a strategy to attack this challenging thing we call life, this wonderful existence that's so filled with beauty and strife. I mean, how do we make this transition from trepidation and desperation to motivation and liberation? It's the understanding that the only thing that is constant in this life is change. So we must rearrange our point of view to accommodate and assuage this mental cage. Things can't get better until when we are under pressure, we can transfer our ideas from one person to another. And when we are open to conversation and consideration, we learn. And when we give ourselves grace and some space, we can earn a whole new perspective, one where we can truly start to live. So I spy with my little eye a life that's worth more than I've ever known. A journey where we've grown, a reality that we can now accept as our own. And this is all possible because we have shown that we are greater together than we ever are alone. What do you see?
I see a love that conquers evil.
I see a bunch of miracles. I see new beginning.
I see family.
I see joy.
I see love and support from my family and friends.
It's your opportunity.
I see a phoenix rising from the ashes.
I see strength and hope.
I see friends.
I see eternity.
I see that everyone deserves at least a second chance.
I see community.
I see everybody on the sky standing together.
I see recovery.
I see trees of green.
I see an 8-hour nap finally.
I see growth.
I see a bad moon rising.
Bravo.
Would you mind just giving them another round of applause?
other brother who said a second chance. I think that goes for a lot of us. You know, so a lot of us feel like we deserve a second chance. You know, yeah. But other than that, you guys all did amazing.
Thank you.
Continue doing
Thank
that.
you for that.
Appreciate it.
Although I am an educator, I will pick you. And Dacon, go. I'm not such an actor. Let's do it.
I really appreciated and learned and was inspired by your choice to create very specific different characters for like the different roles that you guys are all playing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Was there a question or was it just a comment? Yes.
Appreciate you.
Oh, I just wanted to say it was so, again, inspiring to see how much fun you guys had on stage. It was very fun to watch. It was exhilarating to watch all this comedy that you guys put together. It was such a beautiful thing to watch. I'm going to take a lot of this into my classes and keep thinking about it throughout the next couple of weeks.
So much.
I just wanted to give y'all a little perspective, especially for our Adler students, on what this rehearsal process was like. We started 3 months ago, but we only ever meet on Sunday from 12 to 3. That's the only time we ever get together. And you know when you do a show, you rehearse 5 nights a week, right? You spend 4 or 5 hours, you work on the weekends, you tech. We don't do that. We meet every Sunday for 3 hours. That means when we start to finish, we only ever meet 12 times. There's over 30 pieces that we work on. Everything's devised. We walk into the room. We don't even know I don't even know who the cast, I didn't even know who the cast was today, to be honest with you. It's like that. You know, there's nothing set in stone. So what that forces us to do is to be really present and to make big choices and to commit to them and not to be so precious and be so in your head. And so what that allows our students to do is we still have the same insecurities and inadequacies and fears that it's not good enough, but you just make a choice. And if there was any thought that I would love to impart upon y'all, you know, in your first year of training going on to your second, is that the work is important, but sometimes you don't have to be so precious about it and to just fly. You know, I just saw this thing that Ryan Reynolds wrote about Michael J. Fox, and he says, I love him. And I love him because he falls a lot, and not just because he has Parkinson's, but because he always is trying to fly. And that's why he falls all the time. So I invite you to do that. Yes, go ahead.
You guys did so amazing. It was so beautiful seeing all of you guys, create characters, but also, I'm not sure if some of your pieces were your own, if that was a spoken word thing, but it was so beautiful because I couldn't tell. It was so honest and truthful, and I was like, mind my language, holy shit.
Did you just watch the show? Did we watch the same show? I appreciate your language. It's awesome to see it.
No, but that gave it emphasis, so I appreciate it.
Yes, I had that.
It was just so empowering. It was an emotional roller coaster. I was 1 minute over here cackling, and then I wanted to cry, and then I was dancing again, and then I wanted to cry again. It was so beautiful, the journey you guys took us on, and I thank you guys for coming here and being open and honest and giving your artistry and your creativity to us. Because honestly, you inspired a whole row of people. We're excited to go back and create something next week.
That's awesome.
What is the experience like to create your own work, whether it's something you wrote yourself or something maybe you did write something personal, and then what's the experience of doing somebody else's original work? Thoughts? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I wrote the layers piece with the music, and it was interesting. I really
have written before?
I
know you're a writer. I saw it.
I have written, but I've never written anything and given it to people to do.
Oh my God.
So I have things on my computer, but no one's seen.
So this is your debut?
Yeah. writing. She says this is the perspective project. We do some like bonding exercises the first few classes. And then we like out of that just start talking and having conversations about what could be cool, what's interesting, what's relevant. And I had the thought, because I'm also a musician, I was like, it would be so interesting, you know, to display different perspectives from like different parts of a 4-part harmony of people who don't know that that's what they're doing. And when they come together, they realize, oh, actually all of your perspectives are valid and work together. And it was also just really cool to like have other people like join and do that and be really committed to doing it and wanting to do a good job. Like that felt very validating for me, and it felt, you know, great that we could connect in that way.
And was it a process to surrender to that, to bring it in and to present it and
Oh
to
yeah,
like let people hear it?
Yeah, I was like, is this stupid? I read it, my fiance was in the audience, and I read it a few times, and I was like, is this dumb? Is this really stupid?
That wasn't stupid, I get that. For me, everything. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Siobhan, yes.
Hi, I'm Siobhan. I wrote Insight, and I wrote it because I'm actually going to school to become a substance use counselor, so I got inspired from my training and doing that. But the funny thing is, I love writing, and I wrote it and I sent it to Suzy, and I didn't think I was going to act in it. I thought I was just writing it for someone else. So when I got cast it in my own piece, you know, it didn't come naturally to me at first. Like Suzy had to really push me to like become the clinician that I'm training to be. So it kind of like opened me up to like becoming someone that I'm actually inspired to be too. So I really appreciated that and how she got that out of me.
Awesome. I just want to, hello everybody. Speaking on people writing and then people doing other people's work. I've never written. I've been here this is my 3rd year. I've just been focused on my acting, but I'm sure all of you watched the video, so you know Sue goes out to the Rikers Island and stuff. So I have done a couple inmates original work, you know, just to get it on the outside, to bring it out here to the world. And I mean, it's some prolific writers there, man. Like these people are amazing. So I'm honored when I do that. I didn't do it this time, but I'm gonna talk to Sue about the next one.
Yeah, Patrick, just to extend an olive branch on what Jesselyn was saying, when I read some of the scripts, and including my own, I wrote the rap, right? I like to rap. I'm reading it, and I'm like, this is gonna be whack. It's terrible. The opening piece, man, honestly, Suzy gave that to me, and I was his last project, she gave me a couple ones that I wasn't too crazy about. So I'm like, is she doing this on purpose? I'm like, is she doing this on purpose? And I was reading it. I'm like, this is terrible. And then I'm like, because I'm in recovery. I'm approaching 2 years sober pretty soon. I only say that to give this perspective, man. I'm on this whole thing where I know I have to, I said it. I know I have to think differently because, so when I look at a piece that somebody else has taken the time to produce, I feel, who the hell am I to judge this, right? Who the fuck am I? Part of my life. but then, when we get up there and perform, something magical happens. It evolves. There's something, especially once you form some camaraderie, some sort of connection with who you're performing with. It's kind of crazy. And it turns it into, it's not that sheet of piece, it's not that piece of paper anymore. Right. So, I don't know what the hell I just said, but
You looked at the words and your impulse was to judge it. Because that's your fallback. But you're trying to shift. Yes. You're trying to shift as a human. And I think what makes the pieces shift for you is that you stop judging it and you stop judging you and you just bring the human to the words. And that's what shifts it. It's always the humanity. It's all the words, I'm never gonna say words don't matter, but the words are the words, but they don't really mean anything until the human comes in and brings whatever their life experiences are and their take on it, right? Bravo.
And so can we do the experience thing that we always do with the audience? As
far as how many people you think?
Yeah. Come on in.
Yes, I'm just excited. Oh, all right. I guess I'll talk. I was gonna put my hand up. I was trying, but then Axel told me keep the hand out. Axel was like, just give it up, dude. And I was like, I appreciate the honesty. No. Yeah. So for me, the process was interesting because for me it's natural. This is my second turnaround with a project tour. And the first one was Connections, and we did like a comedy piece. So for me, comedy comes natural. Just naturally funny and asshole at the same time. So it goes hand in hand, trauma, comedy, same thing. So with that being said, this time around I wanted to do something different, right? And Suzy was like, all right, we'll do perspective. And then I was like, oh, I'll do a monologue, right? And then I had like instant regret. I was like, why did I say that, right? So then it came close to hanging into pieces. So, around that
the
time.
7th week of the rehearsal. Mind you, we only had 12 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So 7th week.
So it was getting towards the time where my mom passed away, which was the end of February. So this was my first time being able to visit the site sober, right? So there was a lot of mixed emotions. I've never been sober this long. So it was just I was in a weird space. So I was telling Suzy that, and she was like, okay, next week. I was like, okay. So then, and she just kept waiting, and I felt like it was my mom was guiding her to push me to just share, and it helps me more than anything else, just to be vulnerable, because a lot of times that's hard to be vulnerable. It's scary, so many times life hurts you, and you've had so many bad experiences that it's easy to shut down, it's easy just to isolate, So for me, being able to do that and share that was it took a lot of work for me, but I hope it just touched somebody's heart, that you guys know that, life is beautiful no matter what, just knowing to be true to yourself and learning to be real to yourself is the main thing. And that's what I'm learning to do, so.
Thank you, sir.
We have a lot of our Conservatory students in the audience, and we also have some Adler alumni in the cast. And I would love to hear from maybe one or two of you of what brought you to this project and why you stay. Because you don't have to do this. It takes time.
I talk too much as it is. I'm not saying.
I would like a graduate of the program.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was a graduate of the evening conservatory. And I told this story last night also. I have been doing acting, arts, music for a couple decades, something like that. I graduated school, I went on, I did theater, I did other things, directing, producing. And I got to a point at which I really lost the joy and the love of it, and I was feeling so burnt out, and I was feeling like I'm not enjoying myself anymore. Someone would ask me to do something, and instead of being excited, I would be like, God, no, I don't want to do that. And so I gave myself permission to take a break, and I was like, because why am I going to do this if I don't love it? And so I took a break of maybe a couple years, something like that, and I thought to myself, the right thing will come along when I want to get back into it. And I got an email, and something about that email, we get so many, I was like, there's something that sticks to me about that I'd like to see what that's about. And so I emailed Suzy, and she told me to come see a show, so I came to see a show at one of the treatment facilities. And I was like, this is just amazing. And my fiance who's in the audience is also in recovery, was with me, and we were just both in the audience crying. And I was like, yeah, so I gotta get in on that. And so this is my second show, and it's brought back my love and my joy of theater and what it means and what it's supposed to be, and connecting with other people and presenting something meaningful, and I just love it.
That's amazing, Jessica.
I would love to hear from either G or Becky's, their NYU graduate company, and I would love for you to talk a little bit about your track within the Arts Justice Division, also becoming an instructor, that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah. So the reason I came to Adler in the start was because of the we talked, and then I didn't end up being able to be in that first show after that, but I ended up just showing up on Sunday, and this was when I was graduated, I had been working, I didn't know what the fuck to do, I had no agent, I was like feeling artistically stunted, and like, what am I doing here in New York City of all goddamn places? But I came back to that thing of what had brought me to art in the first place, that accessibility, sharing it with people on the street. I used to do street theater when I was coming up, and that was like an amazing thing to share it with strangers in public, and just, yeah, and then I started coming on Sunday, and this community touched something in my heart, and I started going with Suzy to rehab facilities, and have now begun teaching myself with kids and adults.
Suzy, I want to be teaching arts, and I was like, let's do that. Teaching arts.
Yeah, and it's something else, like, it gives a space for art in its most raw form, which is connection and sharing and perspectives colliding, and that is the most beautiful thing for me, and it makes me want to get up in the morning. This is more fulfilling than doing a show and being paid for it, might I say.
It really is the ethos of the studio. Growth as an actor and growth as a human being are synonymous. They're the same, this group is diverse and it's varied, and we're all different ages, different life experiences, we come from different parts of the world, and we have different training, we have different belief systems, different trauma, different everything. But the thing that connects us is this understanding that life is hard, we're struggling, and we're just trying to do a little something better every day. We're trying to be a little better. Any other questions or comments? Yes.
Okay, so for people who are in recovery but never acted before, could you raise your hands? Alright, so my question is for you guys. The other 6 days of the week, like how is this class helping you live your life in those 6 days? Like, and for me too, like, I want to know, like, what do you guys do and how has it benefited your life?
So,
I'm just a company member, by the way. I just wanted to.
my name is Chris, and I'm at the Benedict Treatment Facility. I've been there since November 2023. I started coming to Stella, Adler, which he performed at Benedict. I think I started in December.
Yeah.
I completed all my groups, coping skills, thinking for change, grounding, but coming here allowed me to open up my most vulnerable self and be comfortable without the layers of masks that I had. So using the techniques that she's taught us in the trainings and in the rehearsals, you gotta think about where I'm at. There's drug abuse and mental health in the facility that I'm at. And there's over 97 people, 60 men, 30 or 40, 20 women on this co-ed. So each one of these individuals have like 13 or 14 different personalities. They're all fighting hormone issues, and it's very chaotic when I get back to my facility. This is my safe place where I can release all that frustration, all that struggle, all that built up anxiety that I get from being in treatment. This is my first time ever being in treatment. This is my outlet. This is my release. This is my dopamine trip. Instead of chasing the drug, I'm chasing a new thrill in life, and that's being around a new connection of people. So, yeah.